We're talking about egg freezing and the realities of late motherhood. We're in a world where more and more women are now focusing on their careers, finding the right partner, or just simply taking their time. But does it have an effect on the time that you want to reproduce or have children? Many people have been considering the option of egg freezing, but do we even understand it? Do we understand the process? Do we know how long it takes? How much quality the eggs would have even when you're ready to fertilize them? That's why Dr. Paddy Aite is here this morning. He's a fertility expert to walk us through all of it. Doc, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. I'm doing quite well.
Good stuff. Now, this is a very sensitive topic to many people, as you're already aware, and I'm sure many women are watching. When we talk about egg freezing, what exactly is it?
It's a process by which you stimulate the woman to produce more eggs than she normally produces.
Okay.
And then we go to the theater and pick those eggs up and then freeze those eggs.
Okay.
Put them in a special kind of freezing unit so that she can use it at a future date to have a baby.
What's the success rate of egg freezing, especially after the age of 35?
Our biggest enemy for fertility is
Time.
age. And we prefer to freeze your eggs before 35,
Okay.
not after 35.
Okay.
Because the eggs deteriorate. So you're born with a certain number of eggs. That's it. And every day your eggs grow, you lose eggs. But the eggs that remain, the quality drops and drops significantly. From the age of 18, it's dropping gradually. By the time you hit 30, it really starts dropping. And by 35, it's like, all the way down.
Okay.
It's therefore recommended that if you want to freeze your eggs, you do it preferably,
Before
best time would be
35.
around 30 years. If you do it around 30 years, you know that you get the best quality out of it. If you are doing it by 35, you've lost maybe the ones that you would get, the quality of maybe half may not be good. And by 40, it's really, really low. So preferably you want to do it before you hit the age of 35. But today is always better than tomorrow.
Right.
So even if you've passed 30 and you want to consider it, it's something that you can still be, you can still look at it. Because if the alternative is 0, then you better do this one.
Right. Now, so, when you go to the hospital, sometimes you say, oh, take this container, go and pee, and then bring it back. When you talk about egg freezing, what's the process like?
First of all, we need to know how many eggs you have.
Okay.
And
How
so-
would you determine that?
So there are some blood tests that we do.
Okay.
The blood test will tell us the number of eggs that are available. It gives us an indication that if we give you the injections and we stimulate you, you would give us back this number of eggs.
Okay.
So that is what we start with.
Okay.
We also need to know if your hormones are well balanced. Because if there's an imbalance in the hormones, or one of the particular hormones is too high, it tells us the quality of what you have may not be very good.
Okay.
So we have got numbers and we've got quality.
Okay.
Those tests are done at specific times of your cycle, not at any time.
Okay.
Once you have a good idea as to the numbers and the quality, there's another test that we can do where we also do a scan. The scan that we do in your menses allows us to see the number of eggs that we think are recruitable. in
During
that
your
cycle.
menses?
Yes.
Oh.
Are recruitable.
Okay.
So everything is date dependent and
Okay.
time dependent.
Okay.
If we know the number of, so we have number of eggs that are recruitable, the number of eggs that you have in your store, the quality of the eggs that you have in your store, then we can tell you that, if we stimulate you, we'll get this number of eggs and we think we'll get maybe this kind of quality.
Right.
And then the actual process starts where we give you injections, preferably when your menses starts, but it can also start at a different date.
Okay.
And then we prevent you from releasing those eggs prematurely by giving you another injection. The injections are given every day. Either you go to the hospital and take the injection, or you can give it to yourself, preferably on your tummy, in the fat of your tummy,
Okay.
with a very small needle, so it doesn't hurt too much.
All right.
And then we monitor your progress by ultrasound scans and by lab tests. If the progress is satisfactory and we get the eggs, a certain number above a certain size, we say eggs are ready. Now we give you an injection to cause you to release the eggs, take you to the theater a couple of hours later, and pick up those eggs. Then hand them over to the embryologist.
When you say take you to the theater after a few hours,
Yes.
do you cut?
No, we don't.
Okay.
We actually use a special needle.
Okay.
using a special scan probe, and we go through the vagina. So you use the scan, like you're doing a transvaginal scan.
Okay.
If anybody has had one before, it's similar to that.
Okay.
But there's a needle attached to it.
So it means that the woman is put to sleep, correct?
To sleep.
Okay. Okay.
You can do it without them sleeping, but there are other methods of doing it without them sleeping.
Okay.
Sleeping is not the only method, but it's sometimes the easiest method.
Okay.
And when you go inside, you use the ultrasound to find the egg. Then you introduce the needle through the guide that you have there into the egg, and then you draw the fluid out with a special pump.
Right.
And the fluid contains the egg. So it's into the follicle, and we draw out the fluid that contains the egg.
Okay.
And that is what is given to the embryologist.
Right.
Then he will look at it, and he will look and see if the quality is good, or if the quality is not good. And he will grade it, and then just tell you the ones that he thinks will do well.
Right.
And then he can freeze it.
Okay. So then ideally, how many eggs must be harvested to make sure, to guarantee that later on in life, first of all, you can have children, have the eggs for when they're harvested?
So we would prefer that we get at least 8.
8
Yes,
of them.
because if you fertilize those eggs, the numbers, you don't necessarily get 8 babies.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
And you lose some of the eggs along the way. If you have like 15 or 20, we are a lot happier.
Okay.
We are certainly a lot happier.
Okay.
But if you have 8 and anything above 8, we know that we can work with these, and hopefully we'll get better results.
Is it possible that you can harvest these 8? It's 8 in number.
Yeah, 10,
you can
20,
harvest
15.
all these 8 and none of them could be fertilized?
Yes.
It's possible?
It's possible.
What would cause that?
Some people have got genetic problems.
Okay.
Some people have got problems with their eggs. So there was a patient that we once looked after who, when you do an IVF for her, you get high numbers, but the sizes are always small, and they are not adequately matured.
Okay.
So eventually, an IVF was done, and they got like 13 embryos. Tested all the 13, all were bad.
Too bad.
All were bad.
So
none of them could be transferred into her. Funny thing about this story is that this same lady got pregnant spontaneously.
Yeah.
What started this journey was because when she gets pregnant, then she'll lose the pregnancy. When she gets pregnant, she'll lose the pregnancy. Then we said, okay, IVF and testing, and none of them were good. She got pregnant spontaneously some years later.
Wow.
And had a child.
No IVF, none of the
IVF,
processes
no.
that you were talking about.
No.
God
So to
is
speak the
indeed
truth,
king.
yeah, we've got people like that too.
Yeah.
And some people, there's something just wrong with it, and no matter what you do, you can't get it to either fertilize or to grow.
Okay.
So you can fertilize it, you get the sperm, put it on it. Sometimes you can inject the sperm inside. That's a process we call ICSI.
Okay.
Usually because the sperm has issues. And you inject the sperm inside it, and then you incubate, and it may grow to a certain stage, and then they stop growing.
Doc, how many times can a woman go through egg retrieval like we're talking about?
Oh,
Maybe
plenty.
you take 13, it goes bad. How many times can a woman go through that?
You can do plenty.
As many
Last
times
year,
as
I have
possible.
a patient who did, I think, 4 retrievals. Because she wanted to accumulate embryos. So
So she did it
did
for...
it. Did it. Whatever we get, freeze. Next one, whatever we get, freeze. Whatever, yeah.
Okay.
So it's possible. It's not that you need to do, depending on what you are trying to achieve or the medical condition you are trying to solve.
Right. Doc, I know that clinically things are explained differently, but to the layperson, would I be correct if I liken freezing to just probably putting meat in the freezer or stuff like that? Is that the same process?
We don't use that kind of a freezer.
Okay.
We put them in liquid nitrogen.
Okay.
And liquid nitrogen is very, very cold. It's the kind of thing that you can freeze your finger off just by pouring on it. Pour it on it. And we put we treat it, put it in a protective chemical, and then put it inside the liquid nitrogen. And the liquid nitrogen must remain full throughout the entire duration of storage.
Before you put it back into the woman, do you take it out?
It's a whole new process.
It?
You take it out, then it goes through a process. The embryologist will take it through a process. It's what we call a thaw process. But it's not like you're thawing meat. It's there are stages that you have to go through. Put it in this for this time, in that for this time, in this for this time, until you get the egg back.
Right.
If it was an embryo, for instance, you actually give it some time for it to grow, for you to see that it has fully recovered, before you would go ahead and
I have another question for you, but then let's go out on the streets and find out what exactly people were talking about pertaining to this very topic. I have a question for you when we come back.
Freezing of eggs, I think it's been scientifically proven and it's been going on for a while now. I do not know what the side effects may be, but the world is changing, and I think if somebody wants to, think that's an option they want to buy into, probably they should do their research more and consider if it works for them. But I would want to go with the natural way, where you would give birth at the time period, because women have a certain time frame where after a while it's not safe for them to give birth. But I think that would be best.
I know freezing of eggs is when women keep their eggs frozen for future use. Maybe they are not ready to get pregnant now, so they go to the hospital and they take their eggs so that they freeze. So in case when they are ready to get pregnant, they go back to the hospital and then they get their eggs back. Yeah, so I think it's good. I'll advise my sister or my friend to do it. But then it's expensive though, because you have to be taking care of your hormones and all that. So it's expensive, yes.
So I think late pregnancy is caused by a lot of things. But what I would say is intake of contraceptives. When we take a lot of contraceptives, it affects some of our eggs and it affects our womb also. So it delays pregnancies. And then obesity. If we don't check our diet well, we eat anyhow, it affects the ovaries as well. So it delays pregnancy. And then also there is something called ovarian cyst. It's in the ovaries, pelvis area. If you do a scan and you check it and you get to know it early, there's a treatment for it. If it's not done or you don't get to see it early and you delay, it will also affect late in pregnancy.
As for the ladies now, I think the medicine that they have been taking is too much. So that's why sometimes they get those kind of infections.
Doc, I'm getting so many questions for you. I'll be asking or reading them out, but I want to go back to the lady who was in the blue shirt. She mentioned ovarian cyst, and she mentioned taking in contraceptives, delaying pregnancy. Is that correct?
A contraceptive should not... Well, first of all, you're taking a contraceptive because you don't want to get pregnant now. And if you stop it at the right time, we should expect your fertility to resume. Just that you need to know for each contraceptive the way it works and the duration when you should stop. And I'll give you an example. So the Depo-Provera is an injection that we give to you, and we give it every 3 months, and it doesn't cause you to ovulate.
Right.
Its effects last more than 3 months.
Oh.
So we tell you, let us know when you intend to start trying, and we plan when you stop it. But you can't assume that because I took it this month, 3 months later, it will all go. No, it doesn't go like that. It lasts a bit longer, longer than that. So it must be planned for. A few people may have a side effect that immediately after they stop taking the pill, for instance, their periods may not be coming as regular as they should. Given a little bit of adjustment, you can fix it and then it will come back to normal. But usually it shouldn't be a reason not to use contraception, because unwanted pregnancies are a whole lot more troublesome.
All right. Doc, so a lady says I should ask you, how do underlying health conditions like fibroids, endometriosis, thyroid disorders, or PCOS affect success of egg freezing?
The fibroid would affect you only because it's a difficulty in getting to the egg. But sometimes you are going this way, the ovary should be here, and on your way a fibroid is sticking between the two. Now you have to figure out how you go around the fibroid to get your needle to straight. It doesn't curve. So you have to push the uterus to one side. It makes it a bit more difficult. Or a woman who has got fibroids pulls the ovaries all the way up. So you have more difficulty in getting access. But the other things, the hormonal issues, affect your ability to produce eggs. PCOS, they've got a lot of small eggs, a lot of poor quality eggs. They don't always release them when they should. And when you start stimulating them, they don't mind you. Then when you increase the amount of medicine, they overmind you and then produce 50 eggs, and then you're in crisis. So those are things you have to...
Another question here says, how many stimulation cycles should someone budget for based on their age and fertility profile?
If you are young, if you are under 30, most of the good news is that we should be able to get enough eggs in 1, maximum 2 cycles. If you are above 35 and you're going towards 40, then you need to do a lot more cycles to get an adequate number of eggs,
Right.
because the number of eggs you would get
Right.
from each stimulation are not that many.
Okay.
And because age has destroyed the ability of some of them to do well, so assuming if you were 25 and you had 15 eggs, you may get all 12 giving you beautiful results.
Okay.
If you were 35 and you're likely to have having 15 eggs is low, first of all, so you may have 10 or 8. And you may only get 3 or 4 being pretty
Right,
good.
right.
And if you're 40, you may get 2.
Okay.
And both may be bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What emotional challenges or expectations should women be counseled on before choosing egg freezing?
Essentially, we know that, first of all, it's a process. There's no guarantees from the beginning, so you need to know there are no guarantees.
Okay.
The medication you're going to take are going to make you feel a particular kind of way.
Right.
And so you should be ready and prepared that you are in a good state of health and life to be able to handle that process.
Right.
We will go to theater. There'll be a little bit of pain after you've picking the eggs, but it's just for a day, and then
Right.
it tends to go away. And you also need to manage your expectations. Because a lot of people walk about believing that, as for me, dear, my case is different. And I've got patients who come and they are 43, and when you tell them that, madam, your figures are bad, he said, as for me,
My case is
is
different.
different. I know that as for me, I can have with my own eggs, and I don't need donor, I don't need this, I don't. So you need to have certain number of, you need to be aware that
Right.
these are the numbers, your age is the biggest enemy.
Yeah.
And if you're coming at an advanced age,
Right.
your expectations should be moderated. And, when it works, we are delighted. That's what we want.
Doc,
But sometimes you need to try again.
we're about to leave. Between 10 and 100,000 Ghana cedis, how expensive is egg freezing?
The cycle itself with medicine around should be around 50, 60,000.
Okay.
Okay, maybe a little bit less because you're not... But then you have to pay for the freezing.
Right.
So assuming it's maybe 50,000 to do medication and labs and everything. Medication and stimulation and, the IVF lab and that kind of stuff. Around 50, 60,000 for most people should be adequate.
Okay.
Then there's a freezing fee, and
Right.
the freezing fee is calculated every 6 months.
Oh, wow.
So you're paying for your chamber and
Just
hall.
like you're renting.
Yeah, chamber and hall for this thing. And the liquid, and it's because of the cost of the liquid, you have to, you can fill it today. And then they'll tell you in 3 weeks' time that it's low again, then you have to. It doesn't matter whether you have 1 embryo or 100, you buy the same amount.
Oh, wow. So you keep renting.
So you pay for the rent.
Until-
And people have kept it for over 20 years.
You can keep it for that long.
Yeah, at least embryos. Eggs, we are still looking at
So
our
if
numbers.
I'm paying every 6 months for 20 years,
It's
that
your-
must be a lot of money.
Yes, but it is your choice to keep it that long because
Okay.
at some point in time, you should also say that it's about time you had
That
the
I
baby.
use it. Okay. Dr. Paddy, you're a fertility expert. You've educated us here this morning. Thank you very much. We'll continue the series later. Many women are very interested in this very topic, so we will continue. Thank you so much for coming this
Thank
morning.
you for having me.
Time now for you to cash out. Once you have played via *439#, then it is time for you to cash out now. Coco, let's see what's happening on the dashboard. Be reminded that tomorrow is Thursday. You can still play and win your regular 1,000. But on Friday is the big one. 10,000 Ghana cedis going to 3 of you lucky ones out there. The first 2,000, the next 3,000, and the last one will be a whopping 5,000 Ghana cedis. Altogether, 10,000 Ghana cedis going out on Friday, and it is via *439#. So please get in the game now. Shall we reward the first person, or let me give out this message? There's a world-class university right here in Ghana. It's called Rosebank International University, a strong South African university and a brand of the ADV Tech Group, Africa's largest private education provider with 146 schools across 5 African countries and over 100,000 learners, and partly owned, I beg your pardon, by the World Bank through the IFC Rosebank International University. Now, it is fully accredited by the South African Qualifications Authority, the British Accreditation Council, and GTEC in Ghana, City Guilds UK, and Capsicum Culinary Studio at Rosebank International University. Now, we offer a Doctor of Business Administration, MBA, Masters of Science, and Master of Philosophy in Digital Marketing, Bachelor of Supply Chain Management, targeting professionals in freight forwarding, customs, and many more. We offer hospitality and culinary arts, available at diploma, undergraduate, and postgraduate levels. Now, our ICT has BSc Information Technology and Business Systems and IT Computer Application Development, all carefully designed to equip you with the skills and qualifications needed for a very successful global career. Our mission is very simple: inspiring excellence. Admissions are now open for January 2026. You can visit our modern campus at Airport Commercial or Perbia House here in Accra, or you can also apply online www.riuc.edu.gh. Rosebank International University, building global citizens. Now let's go back to the dashboard. This is our first winner for today. Let's see the number 02562553. 3 numbers come after that. Congratulations to you. You just won 1,000 Ghana cedis. But be reminded that on Friday, 10,000 cedis will be won by 3 people. So please make sure you are part of it. *439# is the code, so long as you are an MTN or Telecel subscriber. Let's get into birthdays now. Happy birthday, Tessa. God bless you abundantly. Mrs. Modena Kwale Agbanyaga, wishing you long life and prosperity. Elder Felix Nwakun Ahenkra, God bless you greatly and increase you. Sarah Mills, God bless you and have a blessed new year. Mrs. Lola Mamle Natakumi, happy birthday to you. Mr. Patrick Gansa, happy birthday, sir. Obed Kweku Yomekpe Efeye Naolo. Moving on to celebrate Memunatu Bint Usman Mensa, happy birthday. May Allah bless you. Christiana Ofori, happy birthday, darling. Mrs. Angela Taiba Lae. This one is from Mabel here at Media General. May God bless and protect you from your Odogu Dennis Lae. Okay. Mrs. Jeanette Amwakun, God bless you. Moving on to also celebrate Mr. Enoch Atobra Jamefi, God richly bless you. Agatha Augustina Taylor, it's your birthday, honey. Enjoy. It's from Nana Gatti. And Franco Sayobing, happy birthday to you as well, sir. Rashida Amanda Yakubu, beautiful photo. Happy birthday to you, darling. Emmanuel Ajiman, CEO of King's Mind Studio, happy birthday, sir. Now moving on to celebrate Emmanuel Simmons, wishing you long life, is from Ebenezer Simmons. Lona, blessings on your new chapters from your sister Nanaba. And then also celebrating Regina Abna Kwemle Mensa, age gracefully, honey. Detective Sergeant Emmanuel Owusu Dankwa, God bless you. RCID, God bless you so much. Eric Wadam Adikem, happy birthday to you, Eric. Melody Sedi Nam, happy birthday, cute one. God bless you. Mirabel Zinato Mensa, another cutie. God bless you, is from your family and friends. Bismarck, happy birthday to you, sir. Enjoy your new year. Emilia Ejewa Asari, Nyamisha Obibri, happy birthday, darling. Elinor Bagali, God bless you, is from Caesar, your dad. Okay. Mr. Charles Kofi Dompre, age gracefully, is from your family and your friends. And I believe that's the last one for today. If it's your birthday and we didn't mention you, happy birthday to you. You are blessed and highly favored. Please be in good spirits today and enjoy a gorgeous birthday. Thank you for sticking and staying with us. God willing, we will be back on your TV screens 6 a.m. tomorrow morning for TV3 Newday. I am Cookie. Enjoy the rest of our programming.
When I go on my knees, I say, now put in your mind. I love you, my love, you won't make your no, no, no,